Hey guys, it's
Ebony
and Ivory, and today we are going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do a little bit of a walk and talk where we are going to go for a walk and talk about long distance stuff, because I've had a couple of girls message me on Instagram saying that they want me to talk a little bit about long distance, because obviously a lot of couples are going through it right now with COVID and everything. So I asked on my Instagram for people to ask their questions and all that, so we are just gonna talk about it while we also show you guys a little bit of the beauty of Canada on this lovely walk. Okay, we'll start with a couple of questions that aren't necessarily about long distance, just to answer them, get them out of the way. So one person said, how did you meet your husband? Josh, in as few words as possible, how would you answer this question? Because we have answered it before, but we'll answer it again.
online.
Met on a Christian dating app in July. Josh came over to New Zealand in September. That was when we made our relationship official. Then we were apart for 3 months and I went to Canada in January. We got engaged. Then we were separated for 10 months by COVID. And then I moved to Canada on November 28th, landed here November 29th, quarantined for 2 weeks, came out of quarantine on Monday, and we got married on a Saturday. So we made things move as quick as possible, but with COVID obviously couldn't. I think we're gonna have to pause the questions for a little bit.
Doesn't really look that steep, but there's a rope. It's decently steep.
Yeah, I think that we're gonna have to put the questions on hold for a second.
I think I can do it.
Really?
Well, questions. Yeah, questions can go on hold, but I can film.
Real?
Yeah, I'm a superstar.
Okay. I'll answer the second question then, if you can film me while I do it.
Sure.
Because I know the second question. The second question that's not about long distance is, how have I been finding Canada? And honestly, I've been really loving Canada. I've been here for almost 7 months now, actually.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
I've been here for almost 7 months. I really enjoy it. Obviously, I miss my friends and family and my dogs, but living with this man behind the camera is so worth it. And everyone's been so nice. Canada's beautiful. The people really are really kind here.
I almost fell.
Alright guys, sorry that we're like all the way over on this side of the camera.
I can fix it.
No, it's okay. It's fine. We just spent Josh pretty much spent ages trying to find a rock, and then we just like stacked a bunch of rocks on top of each other to make it needed.
Rocks.
And then he put little tiny stones underneath the camera so that the camera could be straight. But then we had nowhere to sit, so he found rocks that we could sit on.
I swear I threw my back out.
So the amount of effort we put into this, please don't judge us for being on this side of the screen. Okay, so the first long distance related question is, this is such a good one. Ready? This is the one I mentioned to you before.
Yeah, sorry, ADHD's kicking in. This is kind of nice crumbly rocks. Look at that. It just crumbled in my hand.
It's so,
how cool is that?
It's so stunning.
So cool.
Hold my hands. Okay. Worst things to do in a long distance relationship that actually don't help but hinder.
Oh.
I would say, just off the top of my head, saying that you miss each other all the time.
Yeah.
Like being like, oh my gosh, I miss you so much. I miss you so much. Like, obviously you guys miss each other, but I realized for us, when we talked about it all the time, it made it so much harder. I think it's best to talk about other stuff, or be like, I'm so excited to see you. rather than I miss you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you have anything that comes to mind?
Can you read the question again? Sorry.
Worst things to do in a long distance relationship that actually don't help but hinder.
A lot of people think that they have to give all of their time and attention to the other person across the world, but like at the end of the day, you still need to like get up, leave your house, go to the gym, spend time with friends, spend time with family, do some of your hobbies, be it like, I don't know, I've got a good friend, shout out to Ezra Sai. You should follow his YouTube. It'll be right here. Boom. Just wanted to do that. He does a lot of rock climbing, and that's what he does. Like, he's a single guy he lives his hobbies to the fullest. What am I trying to say?
He lives his hobbies to the fullest.
Yes, lives his hobbies to the fullest. He has so much fun with that. And like, if he was to get into a long distance relationship and then just like put all that aside and focused everything on that one person, calling, texting, emailing, whatever it is, FaceTiming all the time, you kind of lose yourself thinking that you're giving more to the other person when really you're just losing yourself, period.
Yeah. And I think it's good for the relationship actually for both of you to be doing stuff, because then you've got more things to talk about.
Yeah.
You've got stories to tell about things that happened in the day, and it's like you keep the relationship alive and exciting because you have things to share.
Yeah.
You're not just constantly on the phone crying saying that you miss each other.
Yeah.
How do you keep the spark alive during a long distance relationship? We did a long distance date on our anniversary.
Yeah.
That is, the link to that will be either in the description or at the end of the video. We like went to a restaurant while we were on Skype, and we like ordered our food together and stuff, and he bought me flowers even though he was in Canada and I was in New Zealand. That definitely kept the relationship alive. We used to play PUBG, this little like mobile game on our phones. Like finding like a little game like that, like maybe Words with Friends or like Among Us, like whatever game you enjoy playing, play it together. I thought that was fun.
We used to watch movies together as well. So we both go on Netflix. She'd be on New Zealand Netflix, I'd be on Canadian Netflix, and it wouldn't always work out that we had the same movies on there. But if we did, hey, okay, we chose this movie.
We'd go 3, 2, 1, play.
And then we'd watch the same movie, same time.
Yeah, and then if we wanted to say
3, 2, 1, pause.
Yeah,
And then we'd like,
if we wanted to say something, we're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, pause.
Then we talk about like whatever we just watched.
We would do Bible studies together.
Yeah.
All right, best advice for Christians doing long distance.
I feel like honestly the advice for Christians during doing long distance and Christians period, there's not that much difference. If you keep God at the center of your relationship, He's going to help you through it.
That's so true.
A lot. The nice thing actually about being in a long distance relationship and being Christian is you don't have the physical, you can't get wrapped up in each other physically, like hugging and kissing or whatever.
For a lot of Christians, you want to save sex and like any type of physical intimacy for marriage. And that is not an easy thing to do, especially when you're together in person 24/7. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise to be in a long distance relationship as a Christian couple. And so I think, yeah, a lot of the times if you just focus on the good rather than the bad and see it as a blessing, even though it doesn't feel like a blessing when you're in the midst of it, that can really help too.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be the final question.
Okay.
Tips for what to do when the other person really needs you and you can't get there. Try to be as present as you possibly can without being there in person. Like calling, messaging, video chatting, praying for them. You could send them flowers. You can really go above and beyond to make someone feel loved without being there in person. I felt this because remember when my dog died?
No. Like, I remember your dog is not alive anymore, but I don't remember, like...
The day Angel died.
No, I don't.
When I was, like, sobbing and I went to the vet and we had to put her down. You don't remember that day?
No, I was 11,000 kilometers away, probably at work. But I don't remember, like, this, because it wasn't an emotional thing for me.
That's it.
I guess that's it.
That's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't already watched our couples compatibility video that was hilarious to film.
It was pretty funny.
I would love if you guys watch it and then let us know who you're most compatible with, Joshua or Alicia. That would be really interesting to know.
Ebony and Ivory
Out.